Kia ora tamariki mā, and welcome to Tuesday the 16th of February. And you can see that yesterday was Monday and today is already Tuesday. So if we look at our board today, we can see that in Maori we would say Ratu, 16th of February. Ratu means Tuesday. So here we are on our second day this week of online learning, and ka pai to everybody who did such a fabulous job yesterday. I loved it when you did some voice recordings for me, and Ariana, I heard about you doing lots of gardening and in your spa pool, and I heard lots of other people telling me different stories like going to the beach, making things and having fun with their families. So thank you for recording some messages, and thank you to those children who typed their own name in by themselves. They wrote their name in the comment box so that I knew that you had connected with me online for online learning. Today we are starting off with a joke because I love jokes. Do you love jokes? So this one I actually borrowed from Mrs. Baverstock, our other TWT teacher. Let's see if we can do that together and say it in Māori. Te whare taonga. We are the house of treasures. Now, Mrs. Baverstock told her class this one, so let's see if you like it as well. It goes like this. Knock, knock. You say, who's there? Luke. You say, Luke who? Look through the keyhole and you will see. So don't forget to share that one with your family tonight. You can see whether they laugh as much as you did. So look through the keyhole and you will see. Right, today is the day that we are learning about the sound TH. And we can see behind me on Mrs. Craig's wall the board. Now hold on, we go this way, don't we? So let's move you nice and close and we can see that on my board today we have TH. See if we can spin you around. There it is there. So we are learning that when we put a T sound and a H sound together, they make the sound th. Can you make that with your tongue? The sound th. Now, reading with me. Th, this, and thumb. And I know that some of you are very clever writers and that not only can you do th at the beginning of a word, but you can also think about using it at the end of a word, like this one here says path. Th is at the end. This one says think. Th is at the beginning. This one needs a capital letter because it's the name of a day for Thursday. Thursday. And this one, look, it's in the middle and that's the word mother. So on your task board today, it says, can you please write me at least 5 TH words? And I would really appreciate you doing that on a piece of paper and send it to me. Photograph it and send it to me, or if you can't do that on Seesaw, you could email it to me so that I can see your work posted on your page, not for the whole class. Just click your name. So if I had written my list, I would click on my name and then I would upload it on to Seesaw so that Mrs. Craig can see. So we go up to the corner bar and it says upload and post. I think it says post, and you upload the work. So if your parents are having trouble with that, tell them to email me and I will talk them through how to help you to do that. So at least 5 words, and I know you can do even more than 5 words on a whiteboard or on a piece of paper and then send it to me so I can see it. Right, on to maths, and we have been learning last week a lot about odd and even numbers, and you guys were too clever with this, weren't you? Remember we got, let's spin the board around and we can see our tens frames down there. And we had some tens frames at school and we learned that some numbers are odd, some numbers are even. If we look at this one here, we can see that at the moment there are 10 blue counters. 5 on this side and 5 on this side. And that's called a tens frame. Is 10 an odd or an even number? See if you can have a think about that. I'm just going to peep it in the corner of this page and we can see that it's even because it can be divided into 2 even groups. 5 on one side, 5 on the other. If I go like this, whoops, take this one away, Is it odd or even? Have a think. The number is now 9 and it's going to be an odd number. Why is it odd? Because this one is an odd one out. We can't make it into two even groups. On this side we have 4, but on this side we have 5. So 9 is an odd number, and we can count those numbers together very easily. Let's counting in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. We have just counted the even numbers in 2. Let's have a look at the big maths board that I went and got from school this morning. And let's see if we can do it using the board this time. So this time we're going to go backwards with the even numbers. 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And I bet you can see a pattern. Who can see a pattern? I can see that there are 2 tidy numbers, 2 numbers with big fat zeros that are called our tidy numbers, and they belong to the even numbers. I can see that numbers that end in 8 belong to our even numbers. I can see that numbers that end in 6 belong to our even numbers. I can see that numbers that end in 4 belong to our even numbers, and again with 2. So now we're going to flick those up and we're going to count the odd numbers together. Can you help me this time? Let's go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Can you see any patterns now? Which numbers are the odd numbers? And we can see that all the numbers that end in 1 all the way down here would be odd numbers. We can see that all the numbers that end in 3 would be odd numbers. We can see that all the numbers that end in 5 and again that end in 7 and 9, they are the odd numbers. So without the board, let's see if we can count the even numbers together. Ready, go. 2, 4, actually you could clap with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's clap the odd numbers. Actually, let's punch the odd numbers. Ready? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And we have today been practicing our odd and even numbers. And lots of you will have had a chance already, but if you haven't, go onto the virtual classroom and watch the video about odd and even numbers. Right, the next thing we need to do is to read a story about something that we are learning about this week. And if you look above me, I have a very clever TV that brings up pictures. Lots and lots of butterflies. And yesterday I showed you my little butterfly, didn't I? And I said, today we are going to be learning about butterflies. So let's turn our butterfly over and see what a butterfly has, what an insect has, because a butterfly is an insect. Now an insect has 3 parts to its body. It has a head, then it has a middle part called a thorax, and then it has an abdomen. And I wonder if you know how many legs an insect has. It has 6 legs. Can you count the legs? There are 3 on one side and 3 on the other. It also has some antennae or feelers and a very long tongue called a proboscis, and we're going to learn what it does with that very long tongue. Is a butterfly an insect? Let's have a look in our story today, because we're going to read a story called Caterpillar to Butterfly. What is a butterfly? A butterfly is a type of insect. Insects have 3 pairs of legs, making 6 legs together. The wings of a butterfly are covered in many tiny scales. The scales are usually patterned and coloured. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? We know another animal that is covered in scales, and that is a fish. That's right. Insects' bodies are divided into three parts. The head is the front and has the eyes and the mouth. Can you see the eyes and the mouth there? Let's see if we can move the book closer. The thorax is the middle part where the legs and wings are attached. The abdomen is the back part where the insect digests its food. So there we have a picture of all the different parts of a butterfly. The story of a butterfly. Butterflies flutter around the plants. Female butterflies look for a place to lay their eggs. The eggs will hatch into caterpillars. Later, the caterpillars will change into butterflies. Number 1. A butterfly has 4 stages in its life cycle. Can you see the very first one? That's a very magnified egg. The egg of a butterfly is actually like a dot, like a tiny full stop underneath the leaf. So here's the swan plant leaf, and the mother butterfly comes along and she tucks the egg under the leaf. Okay, we're going to leave it there today because we're going to learn more about that life cycle of the butterfly tomorrow. And you have a job to do on the task board today, a fun job. Remember, we've been learning about symmetrical patterns and how they're the same on each side. I would like you to draw a butterfly, and you need to make sure that it looks exactly the same on this side as it does on the other side. Do you think you can do that for me? Again, upload your picture and send it to me so that I can see your work. And I have some very special stickers today to put on the work of people who do a great job. So haere rā, room 17, that's all for today. Have a lot of fun learning and look after your families, be kind, and I will see you tomorrow.